Hey guys, good evening everyone. It's April 1st and let's try to check our stocks, some of our stocks today. Okay, so let's just wait for some folks who will be joining us tonight. Feel free to drop a comment. Okay, let me know which stock you'd like me to review um, so I can prioritize that. Let's see. Say hi, don't forget to say hi so I can recognize you. All right, let me just set up our tools here so I can. There you go. So, if this is the first time you're joining my live, by the way, I'm Miss JD. I do review stocks in the Philippine market, US market, and cryptocurrency if you'd like me to also check that out for you. I I am more of a mid to long term investor because I do have a regular job. So, just a disclaimer, I cannot watch the market by the minute full time, but based on, the indicators that I have, I use Bollinger Band, I use RSI, and the volume here and the candlesticks. I can already, identify most likely which direction a stock would go. I use a daily chart. Sometimes I expand to the weekly so that I have an overall view of the trend or the overall sentiment of our investors or our market. Hi, Cesar. Hi, ma'am. Comment in PSEI now. All right. Thanks for dropping a comment. Okay, so um, PSEI dropped last Friday. That's a significant drop at 2.18%. But notice I'm not really too worried here because at this point, if you're to look at the drop, the volume of the drop is not that significant. So it's just possible that, Friday profit taking day, and then next week is a Holy Week. So probably a lot of our investors have locked in their gains because our market has or was on a bull run for the past how many days already. So that was already a good 3.86% um, increase, and we managed to break out of that MA20 line. But remember the past few days when I talked about during these days, I said that I'm a bit skeptical. There isn't much volume, but it was, that sentiment was somehow negated the Wednesday and Thursday because it continued to move up. But I think it's just natural movement because our investors are already, have been profitable. So by the way, the index is composed of the major companies in the country, and they have already somehow probably gained, and they're just locking in their gains. So where could it possibly drop? There could be a continuation of, profit taking and might test the 6,400 level. Reason being is because we see this or these days, each time the price hits that level, there's a bounce that's going on. And so let's, for now, using very simple analysis of support and resistance. So at this point, we could be uh, testing the 6,400 level. And why did I say that that's our nearest support? One here, two, see that? And don't worry, the volume is not that huge. So rather, if you're a mid to long-term investor, look at it as an opportunity to add more volume to the stocks that you are uh, invested in. Okay. I just wonder if my audio or my video is in sync with whatever you're seeing right now. Okay, so we'll test that later. All right. So let's continue and take a look at the next stock. Okay, so let's try to view it from the highly traded ones and then we work our way downwards. Okay, so I hope I was able to answer your question, Cesar. Okay, so let's proceed with MOND. Wow, MOND, that was an 11% drop just in one day. Let's see if there are other triggers to that. What is this quasi reorganization? On March 29th, MOND approved, or the board approved MOND to pursue an equity restructuring, offsetting deficit against paid-in capital, subject to the availability of the final deficit. On March 30th, management determined that the amount of deficit to be eliminated is 7 billion from the parent audited financial. So let me know your thoughts over this. So this is a news from yesterday. Could that be a reason why it dropped? Grabe, oh, the volume is huge. So there could be a continuation. So just be extra careful. Even though we are already at the oversold level, volume is still there, meaning there could be strong selling sentiment for MOND. Let's take a look at this example over here. That happened back in 16th of September last year. Huge volume. There was a continuation of the drop, and I'm afraid that that could repeat in this kind of formation that we have right now. So stay on the sidelines for MOND for now. Let's take a look at the other stocks. Ali also on a red, but similar to how our index is forming at the moment, there is a possible support right at this area. So it's there's one over here, but and then there's one over here. So it could be an area, guys. So just try to observe this level, see if there will be a stabilization that will be formed right at this area. So we don't know yet. There could be, 1 to 2 more days of profit taking, and then let's see if the 25.50 level will be um, our new support in the coming days. The moment the price hits that level, don't right away hop in because sometimes it could further drop. Try to see like a few more days. If another day comes in and then the price just stays in that level, then chances are that will already be your support. At the same time, as you accumulate here, try to also observe how the volume is picking up here. All right. So that will be your key triggers. BDO, BDO already at the resistance area. So interesting that the index has declined, but BDO managed to stay right where it is at right now. But I think this is a profit taking that is about to happen. There will be a profit taking that will be happening soon. But well, unless your resistance, which is the area where it is at right now, unless that will be broken, then of course it will create another, another wave or another set of higher high. So normally, if that gets broken, this is how it will look like. So it will create then it will retest your support, I mean your resistance, previously your support, and then continue to move up. So that is what I am expecting in case it breaks the resistance, which is the area where we are at right now. But if there will be profit taking, then chances are it will go back to your previous support. At the moment, let's just plot it right here. Okay, who knows? There could be range trading that that could happen right there. Long weekend next week, ma'am. April 6, 7, 10. No trading day. Yeah. So, just to go back to the index, no, there is still some room where price could drop further down, right? And then establish a support. So, baka lang, no? Baka lang may continuation in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then they will profit take and then long weekend. So, that's my only reason why the index must have dropped last Friday because of, the long weekend, the Holy Week that is approaching. So they're just locking in their gains. Hindi natin alam. Anything can happen over during the Holy Week season. Okay. I wonder if my audio or my video is doing okay. I'm receiving an error message. Hopefully, audio is picking up, videos in sync with the audio. Okay, but for now, let's continue. Just go ahead and drop a comment if you have just joined. I'm currently reviewing the stocks in the Philippine market, so if you would like your stock to be reviewed, just go ahead and drop a comment. So far, I have already reviewed MONDE, Ali, BDO. There you go. And let's also take a look at SM. So since wala pang request, I'm just working my way from top to bottom. Okay, so the next stock is SM, currently sitting at the MA20 line. So wait and see game for us for SM next week. Condition here is that this should not go below the MA20 line. Otherwise, next level to test here would be this area. So just very simple, support resistance. Um, the moment it breaks that, chances are it will test this area. Why this area? Because each time it drops there, price bounces. So, but for now, look at this. The selling sentiment is quite heavy the past few days. So baka lang, I'm on the conservative side. Baka just, SM is also part of the index. Considering the formation of the index right now, chances are baka may continuation in the next few days. So um, on the conservative side, if you want to add more, just wait for it probably to retest this area. Yun. The next stock is SMPH. Wow, SMPH. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang bagsak. Hmm. Let's take a look at the weekly chart for SMPH. Naku, tuloy-tuloy pa rin talaga siya. O, dito na. I think the next area to monitor would be the 30 peso level. So if you're interested in adding more volume to SMPH, I'd say wait for it. I know it's already very cheap, but wait for it, okay? SMPH, we all know, is one of the more stable companies in the country. Yes, it also gives dividend right over here. If only it will come out anytime soon. I'm trying to click the blue. So there you go. Di lang masyadong malaki yung yield, but at least while waiting, if you are here for long term, you are being compensated while waiting. Right, so just wait for it, and I know you can get this at a much cheaper level. ICT, ICT, wow, let's see, tapos na ba to? Ay, tapos na. So for those people who have gotten their dividend, congratulations. It was released on the 28th. Notice ko lang ang daming stocks ngayon na nagbibigay na ng dividend. So that's a good one. I The next, so ito siya red but tolerable fluctuations lang naman meron normally kay ICT. Let's try to see the MA20 line for this stock, and hopefully it bounces right there. I think this is the biggest drop it had for a long time. I mean, for a long time, tuloy-tuloy yung accelerate niya. Bull run talaga siya since 2020. But 2022, that was your opportunity to uh, pick up and enter when it dropped somewhere at the 160 level. Let's take a look at JFC. JFC, um, I'm on the conservative side for JFC. Currently, we are moving below the MA20 line, right? Whenever it goes up, there isn't much volume. Kaya it's struggling to break the MA20. Same is true with this one. Even though we ended green last Friday, we are still below the MA20 line. So, and there isn't much volume. So, baka lang babalik siya. Okay, baka bumalik and you can still get in at a cheaper level. Try to check that one out in case it goes back to this area, 216 level. Okay, so it's an area, not exactly where I plotted my line at the moment, basta within the area lang yan. Okay, very good company. So the moment it drops for JFC, try to just accumulate. Every payday, dagdag ka lang ng dagdag until such time your average is lowered down. Okay, so let us say you've committed to yourself that you will give around 10,000 pesos every payday, right? So at the same amount you set aside, whenever it drops, you get to purchase more shares. Okay. So what's the impact of that? The faster you get to do cost averaging, you lower down your cost average. Next. hmm Well, let's see. Any other stocks you guys would like me to review? Let's go check out BPI this time. By the way, if this is the first time you're watching my video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get updated whenever I have new videos. BPI still on a decline or bearish sentiment din. Okay, so baka tutuloy pa to. There could still be more selling, no, selling pressure that will happen. Abangan natin around 98. The reason for that is if I look to the left, this is the nearest support, which was your resistance previously during these months last year. Kaya baka itetest niya yan. 98.7. Okay. All right, let's see. Si Cesar may request. Si Converge. Okay, ala ka. Decline siya. What's your average here, Cesar? If you don't mind me asking. Medyo on a bearish sentiment pa din siya. Kita mo yung candlestick last Friday. Wala man lang wick sa baba. So it really ended strong down. So baka tutuloy-tuloy pa siya. But the nearest support I see is this area over here. So baka pagtuloy niya ng ganyan, itetest mo na nito. Pero the moment it drops, hintay ka muna. Don't get in right away because sometimes, gaya nito, um, once it triggers the lower Bollinger Band, magtutuloy-tuloy yan. Wait until you have that green candlestick that will engulf. Dapat in the next, kung mag-stabilize siya dito, within the next 3 days dapat ma-engulf niya itong last candlestick. For example lang ha, hihinto siya dito. So parang ganito. Look at this. One, two, and then the third one is much higher than this red candlestick. So if hindi siya makuha in 1 day, ito kasi 1 day lang engulf niya agad eh. This one, it took him 3 days. So my own analysis is that dapat in the next 3 days na engulf na niya for it to have that possibility na it will continue to move up. Ito, look, what's nice about this candlestick here, well, in the past, nag-start kasi siya ito yung average. If you can see it, the average is the cloud right there. On this day, hindi ko kasi makita. Wala pa siya masyado. Pero as we move higher and higher, yung volume is also accelerating. So it is supported by the volume. Ang ayaw natin is that it goes up pero yung volume flat or even declining. That's not a nice picture. Okay. So that's my take on Converge. I hope there are a few tips that you were able to gather right there. I don't have waiting for base before entering. Ayun nga. So, hintayin pa natin. Baka makaka-discount pa tayo talaga further. And maybe you can see if this kind of movement will be repeated. Ano? Baka maulit yan. So, there's a big chance na makakuha pa tayo at a discounted level. Sino next? Let us see. Ay, may inaabangan ako si SCC. Yan, si SCC mukhang babalikan itong ating gap. But I really hope na balikan niya before the X date para we can add more, right? Those people who are really waiting for the dividend or who entered in this stock for uh, cash dividend. So hopefully, so just a reminder to everyone, X date, if you enter on this day, you are no longer uh, counted. Don't expect a cash dividend. Dapat, fourth pa lang, naka-enter ka na. And then the first minute of the fifth, the system recognizes you. If you want to exit on the fifth, okay lang yun. So, you are still part of it, provided kailangan on the fourth pa lang nakapasok ka na and system sees you the first minute the following day. So, this is my take. Strong red siya and hoping for this too. Well, I'm not really hoping na babagsak, but for the purpose of those people who are still interested to get in and still want to get this before the X date. So, kung ayaw niya nang balikan yan, edi okay lang. Gusto din natin yun. Basta tuloy-tuloy lang yung pag-akyat. 'Di ba? Ang laki pa ng potential eh. Even if it drops, the risk to reward, the risk is small, the potential reward is high. So, the fact that it visited this level over here, ang laking discount na yun. Um, SEC is really known for the high dividend yield that it gives out year on year. I know twice to it. One is April and another one October. Ito malaki to. Let's try the past 2 years. Malaki oh, 5.9. Uh, this one, 8.4. Ang taas na nga ng price nito eh. 8.4 pa siya. 350. Dito 1.75. So I wonder, kung 2021, 1.75, 2022, 350 na siya. Magkano kaya sa 2023 and the years to come? Basta profitable lang siya. Yan ang kagandahan ng um, long-term investing in stocks that do give out dividend consistently. Yung mismong dividend appreciates over time. Kung profitable. Sometimes may mga stock din, especially in the US, I will say, I have seen so many stocks na mas mataas dati. Like AT&T, mataas siya dati, pero pababa yung uh, yield niya the past years. So there could also be that kind of situation. But SCC so far na, ang ganda ng nakikita ko. All right. You're welcome, Cesar. I hope you've subscribed to our channel and also shared in some of our friends new if in case they also want to start investing and they want to learn stock market. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah. And I think that's it for this evening, no? Thank you for those people who dropped by, and uh, I hope you uh, continue to watch Miss JD. All right. In the meantime, thank you and bye bye for now.